The city didn't sleep anymore, not since the fire. Dante stood on the rooftop of a burned-out tenement, steam rising from his skin, rain hissing against the golden veins that pulsed beneath his suit. His eyes scanned the skyline, cracked towers, flickering neon, the distant hum of sirens. He felt it all. Every lie, every betrayal, every name on the list. He clenched his fists. The chains on his back stirred. There were still names to burn. He rift-walked to a courthouse, abandoned, condemned, but still protected. A judge sat inside, surrounded by mercenaries enhanced with demonic runes. Their eyes glowed faint red. Their bodies were stitched with symbols that pulsed like heartbeats. Dante stepped through the wall. The first merc turned, raised a rune-carved rifle. Dante cast a glyph midair, red and jagged. The bullet melted before it reached him. He lunged, chains slicing through the air. One wrapped around the merc's throat, yanking him backward into a marble column. Another pierced the second merc's chest, dragging him across the floor in a trail of blood and broken runes. The judge ran. Dante followed. They crashed through courtroom doors, glyphs exploding around them. The judge cast a ward, blue and circular, but Dante shattered it with a punch wrapped in chain light. "You've signed my death certificate," Dante growled. I didn't know what it meant." Dante cast Soulbrand. The glyphs burned into the judge's skin, revealing memories, a voice, a name. Detective Rourke. Dante's former partner. The man who watched him die. He rift-walked again, this time beneath a church. The air was thick with incense and rot. A temple had been carved into the earth, lit by candles that burned without flame. The walls bled, the floor pulsed. Zealots knelt before a statue of the hollow bishop, faceless, robed, arms outstretched. They chanted in tongues that made the air vibrate. Dante stepped into the temple. The zealots turned. Chains erupted from his back, glyphs spun around his fists. He moved like a storm, rift-walking between shadows, casting binding spells mid-combat. One zealot summoned a creature made of teeth and smoke. Dante crushed it with a glyph that burned red and gold. The altar cracked. Beneath it, a list. Names, dates, orders. Rourke was at the top. Dante hunted them one by one. A corrupt DA, a mob accountant, a priest who sold souls for protection. Each encounter was brutal, chains through throats, glyphs burning skin, bodies left as warnings. But something was changing. The Star of David pulsed violently. The suit grew heavier, the chains whispered. "You are becoming more than human," the entity said. "And less." Dante didn't care. He rift-walked to a rooftop. Elias Vaughn waited there, an assassin resurrected by a rival entity. His suit was silver and jagged. His chains were serrated, venomous. "You're late," Vaughn said. Dante didn't answer. He lunged. Chains clashed mid-air, sparks flew. Vaughn's blade sliced Dante's shoulder, exposing golden veins. Dante roared, casting a forbidden glyph, Chain of Light. It burned through Vaughn's armor, severing his connection to the entity. Vaughn screamed, his body unraveling into mist. Dante stood alone, bleeding, glowing, victorious. But the war wasn't over. The hollow bishop waited. A man with no face, robes made of whispering shadows. He spoke in riddles, his voice a chorus. "You were never meant to survive," he said. "You were meant to awaken." They fought inside a collapsing cathedral. Glyphs exploded mid-air, chains clashed with tendrils. The Star of David glowed white-hot, cracking further. The bishop escaped, but Dante followed. He rift-walked deeper than ever before into the core of purgatory. He saw other revenants, failed experiments, broken souls. The entity spoke again. There is a war between forgotten gods. You are a weapon forged in secrecy. Dante saw his death, Rourke watching, smiling. He found him in a bunker beneath the city. The confrontation was savage. Rourke revealed the truth. He made a pact with the bishop to erase Dante from existence. He wanted the suit. Dante cast a binding spell, fusing Rourke's soul to his chains. Rourke screamed as he was dragged into purgatory. The Star of David shattered. Dante was no longer sealed. The bishop unleashed his cults. Demons rose. Reality fractured. Dante led a war against them, joined by rogue revenants and broken souls. Naira the Hollow-Eyed, Corin the Bound, Layla the Riftborn. They fought in alleys, rooftops, sanctuaries, chains through throats, glyphs burning skin, riftwalks mid-combat. Time slowed, souls bound. The city became a battlefield of blood and fire. Dante faced the bishop one last time, in a collapsing dimension. The bishop fused with his entity, becoming a godlike horror. Dante cast a spell using his own blood. Chains of divine origin erupted from his body, binding the bishop, ripping his soul apart, casting it into the void. The city began to heal, but Dante did not. He stood alone, his suit cracked, his veins dim. The entity offered peace. He refused. Instead, he walked into the night, chains dragging behind him, eyes glowing faintly. There's always another name.